Going.
It's great. You know, the process has been really great. I got a great support around me. My coaches, Coach Q's, he's a great coach. I love him.
Michael, how much do you feel like you've maybe improved over the last year since you were kind of thrown into kind of a similar situation a year ago?
I feel like I took a big step, and I feel like a big part of that is because of the people around me, like I said, Coach Q's and Coach Arbuckle, and just the support staff. And it's just been a great environment I've been in.
How have they maybe helped your development as a quarterback?
They're very hands-on. They really tuned in on what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. So I really love how they operate in the room and just kind of ask questions on the fly, keep you on your toes. So it's a great room to be in.
Obviously, one of the big storylines throughout the early part of the season has been that receiver room. How fun is it to throw those guys the ball?
It's great. I love our receiver room. It's so deep and so versatile. We have so many guys that can just go and just route run. So just having those guys in the room and just being able to talk to them, how they like balls thrown to them, and it's a great room to have.
Michael, last year you were in a tough spot. So many injuries. First year, now you got a healthy team and everybody's there. Does it have a totally different vibe for you?
It does for sure. The vibe in the room is more upbeat and kind of just happy, and just having those guys like healthy, it really helps. Just like your mindset and just how you are going on in the field, and just the connection with those guys really helps you.
Michael, you mentioned Coach Arbuckle and Coach Coos, but how helpful has John been? He's obviously been in this system for a couple of years now. Just how much of a soundboard has he been throughout fall camp, throughout the season, especially the last couple of weeks with his injury?
Yeah, John is a great mentor. He's obviously older than me. He's been in offense for a while, so he's obviously a great guy to go to for questions. And himself, he'll say it himself. He helps me with stuff I don't know, and just can develop my game. And if I see things he needs, like, it's a great relationship we have, and I'm glad to have him as a mentor.
How much have you leaned on him maybe this week preparing for this game?
I lean on him a lot. Just throughout the weeks of him playing, like, we always talk and get that connection even better throughout the season. So he's a great guy just to go to from little questions I have.
Michael, this situation is different in two major ways from what you got thrown into last year. You're not going in the middle of the game, and now you've got experience. You've commanded the huddle, you've led the team in practice, all those things. How big of a difference are those two situations?
I feel like it's a great situation to be in right now. Just to have those guys around me and just the support staff, like I said, and just being in the fire last year helped me a lot with just my process and just knowing, the game and just being in there and being able to command the huddle. So that helped a lot last year.
The leadership that whatever leadership bumps you went through last year, are they gone? You think there's no question about that it's going to be a very smooth process?
Yes, sir, for sure.
It's been 9 months since your last start against Navy in that Armed Forces Bowl. What do you feel like since then? Which area has your game grown the most?
Just being able to process the field, get through my reads, and just sit back there confident. I feel real good. Just throwing to my guys and throwing them open. So I feel like I took a big step this past offseason and fall camp.
How much does another year of practicing against this defense help kind of further develop you as well?
It helps a lot because I feel like we play against the best defense in the country every practice. They show a ton of looks, blitz looks, and it just helps the process, being able to know like what to check with protection-wise and just get your guys open. So I feel like me being here another year will help my game even more.
What's been your perspective on Jaren's journey? You were going against him in practice a year ago. Now you're throwing the ball to him. What's that been like?
Jaren, he's a guy that can go get it. He's very crafty, just knows how to get open. You've obviously seen that this season so far. So he's definitely a guy you love to throw to and just like a main target.
Mike, what have the conversations been like with Brent and the other coaches just about what your mindset should be moving into this role?
Just going 1-0 every week. I'm looking forward to the game, and they are too. So just the confidence in our guys as a whole, just going 1-0.
How's it been working under Coach Ben Arbuckle? How's that kind of offensive transition gone from his perspective?
It's gone great. I feel like they've developed me as a quarterback even more every day. Like just being in the room with those guys, they're very smart. They know what they're talking about, very detailed. So it's a great advantage for the quarterbacks in the room.
How different does it feel for you, just like from that coaching perspective, having a guy like Ben Arbuckle and Coach Coos who have more experience with quarterbacks, whereas last year you had 3 different coordinators working with you throughout the year?
It's great because they know like I said, they know what they're talking about, and they're big on like details. So, yeah.
Mike, last year the offensive line had some ups and downs. This year looks a bit different. What's your connection with the offensive line this year like?
It's great. We obviously went through some things this year, but whoever's out there, we're gonna roll with them, and just like the room as a whole, like with receivers, running backs, O-line, we're all together. Like it's probably the tightest I've ever been with a locker room, especially with the O-line. So they're guys you could lean on, and they're gonna lean on you too. So.
And in what ways do you think the offensive line has grown this year?
They've grown in every way, I feel like.
Do you feel like you have something to prove?
I just go out there and play ball. That's it.
Have you had occasion before the injury to Mateer to second guess your decision?
Say it again?
Did you, before Mateer got injured, did you ever second guess your decision to stay? Because a lot of people leave, go play somewhere else since you can go in the portal quickly. Have you been completely pleased with your decision to stay?
Yes, sir. I've been very pleased with my decision to stay. Just being able to, like I said, have those support staff and Coach Arbuckle. He's a great coach, and I knew what I was getting into. So I'm very pleased with my appearance here.
Was it automatic when you decided to stay? I mean, did you think about it long, or you always knew you wanted to stay, or did you have to think about it quite a while?
Yeah, I knew I was going to stay. I obviously knew, like, I had to think about who was going to come here. But as soon as I saw Coach Arbuckle was coming here and Coach Cruz and his staff, I liked my decision to stay.
How difficult has this offense been to learn for you?
I feel like this offense is very quarterback friendly.
Yeah.
Like we run the show, so whoever's out there runs the show, get everybody on page, and it's just a great offense to be in.
Was it a lot different than what you were doing?
I'd say communication-wise, yes, but you know, there's always going to be concepts similar. So
Obviously, you're going to start this weekend. Everybody understands that. Beyond that, when you're dealing with a timeline for John where maybe it's not entirely clear when he's going to be back, how do you go about that in the sense of preparation?
The same preparation I've had this whole year, just taking it day by day and trying to go 1-0 every week as a whole, and keeping my guys up regardless of who's in there.
Mike, Brent said a couple weeks ago before the injury that Coach Arbuckle and him prepare you as the starter every week. How much do you think that preparation throughout the season helped you prepare you for this week?
Yeah, I feel like you should prepare like you're the starter regardless of the circumstances, and they help a lot with that, just, you know, keeping everybody on their toes, like I said. So I feel like that's a great advantage to have someone like that in the room.
Couple more.
How's your offense going to look different with you quarterbacking as opposed to Mateer?
It's going to look similar. I mean, me and Mateer do a lot of things the same. We're going to go out there and put points on the board. That's all I can tell you.
On a different note, one of the key differences from your situation this year as opposed to last year as well is you get to run out of the tunnel every Saturday with your younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
What's that been like?
Nah, this is so fun. I get to run out with him, and we pray in the end zone every game. That's been something we've done since high school. So just having him here is just a great experience, and just playing with him pretty soon, that would be pretty fun. Seeing him out there too. So
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks,
thank you.